After finding success at the box office in 2020, your favorite video game mammal is back for a sequel. In Sonic the Hedgehog 2, our blue friend is attempting to find his footing as a hero when the evil Dr. Robotnik returns, and this time with a familiar accomplice. I'm Ronald Young Jr., and I'm leaving the theater. Check. All right. Now I'm going to get louder. All right. This is Ronald, and I am leaving the theater after seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now I'm here with
Curtis Majors.
And we are... Okay. We are walking out. It's pretty dead out here. If it's raining, we can stand under the awning. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Written by Pat Casey, Josh Miller, and John Whittington. Directed by Jeff Fowler. Starring Ben Schwartz. Colleen O'Shaughnessy. Oh, nice. It's not bad. We'll walk to your car. All right. Idris Elba, Donna J. Fulks, Jim Carrey, James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, Natasha Rothwell, Adam Pally, Shemar Moore, Lee Majdoub, and Tom Butler. All right, so, of course, this was the sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog, which came out in 2020, a mere minutes before the global pandemic that put us all inside. This was the last movie that Curtis and I saw in theaters together before the pandemic, and the first one after the pandemic being trivia.
Was that Fast and Furious?
Nope.
Damn, I don't remember.
A Quiet Place 2.
Ah, yes.
There's a listener out there yelling A Quiet Place 2. Is this you right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you right here. Okay, cool. All right, so we gave the first one 2 of 5 stars. We can stand back there. We gave the first one 2 of 5 stars. I think I'm right. Yeah, I'm right there. Okay. We gave the first one 2 of 5 stars. Right off the bat, what'd you think?
I immediately liked it better than the first one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like it matched the first one to me, but I did not like it. If that makes sense.
Did not like it. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So
I could see it go either way, but I enjoyed it more than the first one. I guess because I didn't know what to expect for the first one. But
go ahead.
Oh yeah, but this one I kind of knew what to expect, and they didn't disappoint me as much as the first one.
Yeah. See, okay, and that's what I'm thinking. I didn't really see any improvements from the first one, so it didn't drop it anymore for me. So for me, I'm probably going to rate this exactly the same. Okay. But like, because I settled into the chair knowing what to expect, there were some parts where I was like, oh, well, y'all are going to give me the bar scene fight where we running around fast. They didn't do that. You know what I mean? They didn't do the thing with him running fast. Like they didn't do the thing they did in Quicksilver, you know what I mean, where they did that in the first movie. They didn't do that in this one. I expected them to, and they didn't. They gave us a lot more Natasha Rothwell. Like, she basically had a featured scene.
That's always a positive.
Yeah, and honestly, I was sitting there watching. I was like, just give us the Natasha Rothwell, romantic comedy that we want. I'm like, just do it. Like, we watching this, I could get more of her. Like, just give it to us already. You know what I mean?
Nah, anytime she's on screen, I love her.
Yeah, she's always funny.
Insecure was amazing.
Yeah. And then, she's a wonderful addition to this. I think Jim Carrey was Jim Carrey. I feel like he did more. He did exactly what he did in the first one. And I think I said this. I have to check. I didn't even listen to the last review in a minute. But if you are a fan of Jim Carrey as a kid, and we were, and not a fan, just he was everywhere when we were kids. Yeah. And if you remember him like that, then you're going to like him in this because he returns to more of his roots in this, which is just impressions and stuff.
Yeah, if you liked Ace Ventura, then you'll like this. He brings to life Dr. Eggman in ways I didn't think actually could. I said that in the first one, and again, he brought him to life. I don't think anyone else could play him and pull it off the way he does.
Agreed. I think he's And I mean, and obviously, and so I guess we should say, I've already read ahead. There's going to be a Knuckles spin. Come on with the car, man. What are you? Oh, I got a Mustang. Oh, it's a 5.0. I'm out here. All right. Hopefully Yep, all right. You're a great guy. Yeah, you're killing it. Great guy. Oh, my God, look at you. Oh, my Lord. Wow, I am so impressed. I'm going to have to fix that in editing. So I think the thing that gets me about Jim Carrey is that, like, wait, was I talking about Jim Carrey? He, like, literally gunned the thought out of my head.
He really did. Talking about Jim Carrey, though, yeah.
Okay, so they are making another Sonic. There's another sequel, but they're also making a Knuckles spinoff.
Of course.
Which I feel like, I'm like, okay, I can see it now, but I'm like, is it a prequel? Is it a sequel? What's it going to be?
This is the first I'm hearing of it, but it go either way.
Yeah.
I think it would be best to start off with a prequel and, I mean, just milk it for all you can because they're building their own universe. Just make it a good movie. I mean, it's geared towards kids, too, so I think the kids will love it.
Did you, I realized, and while you were talking, I realized Knuckles is Drax from,
Yes.
Yeah, like, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, because and I think they're going to play a lot about that because it got funnier when it became about Knuckles, because at one point Knuckles is doing one thing in the movie, then when he changes to doing the other thing, it becomes about him interacting with the world and being very unfamiliar and then, like, learning it as it goes, which was, like, very funny, but they were hammering that home towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, very, very much so. Like, it was parts of this movie I'm like, you can just speed this along.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of parts where, like, it didn't seem that long viewing-wise, like, time-wise, but viewing it seemed longer sometimes than it was necessary.
I agree. I can tell you exactly 2 times this happened. One time, and even though I loved this scene, the Natasha Rothwell scene, when it went to log, like, so much so that they resolved the love story with her and Shemar, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that in this movie. This really did just become her movie, which is fine. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, you guys, it's a different movie, and just make that movie. Please make that movie.
I mean, like, screen time with her is always good, but, like, that didn't need to be resolved there. Like,
no. I expected
no
them to...
spoilers, but it didn't need to be resolved.
Exactly. And then the other part was Adam Pally in the coffee shop, like, interrogating the bad guy. I was like, oh, you guys got good agents. Because they, like, whatever they wrote to their contracts, they're like, nah, he needs at least 12 minutes of screen time, and he got every minute of it.
He did. He absolutely did. That was another scene. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, these aren't even the main characters. And then it didn't play out. Like,
no,
it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
If that scene was cut, it wouldn't have mattered.
We didn't even get an epilogue with them. Like, so we technically... Like, I mean, we really don't know what happened with the rest of these characters. But they gave them these long scenes, which, you're right, it did lengthen the movie. And there was a few times where I was just like, I don't know how I feel about that. But it's funny because at the end of the movie, they set up for a sequel, which I'm excited about. When I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll watch that. Of course I'm going to watch that. But I guess what gets me is, like, why? Why are we...
I don't know. If I was dead broke, I probably wouldn't be at the movies. But, I mean... It's just something to do. Like, if I was on a strict budget, Sonic wouldn't be in there. But it's something to get out the house, part of my childhood, and just go see a fun movie and turn my brain off.
Yeah, and, you know, it's funny you say that because you're a new father.
Yeah.
So, like, as a new father, for you to be leaving your child to come watch Sonic, you know, it's just like, I'm just going to take a break, go watch this movie, and go tag back in. You know what I mean?
I'm a movie buff, so you know that. Like, I'd be at the movies whether I had a child or not, so.
It's true. Like, and I don't know. This was, if you have a family, take them. Oh, yeah. Y'all all gonna like it. If you're in your late 30s, mid 30s, late 30s with kids, you guys will all enjoy it. It won't be something boring for you, especially if you like Natasha Rothwell. There was a lot of her.
Sega growing up, you played Sonic, so. It'd just be a good nostalgia movie, too, if you want to get out and see it.
And you're right. We didn't even talk about that. The Easter eggs. Yeah. Like, the little Sonic Easter egg. They did a good job. They do a very good job at the right time putting in. And it's not just like Easter egg salad, as I said before. It's like they put one in, like the underwater scene, which we won't spoil. But, like, they put that one in. And just several things where you're just like, oh, that's cool. I like that.
Like, I don't even know if you noticed when the first time the plane flew by, I was like, oh, that's from the...
Yeah. As soon as you saw it, you were like, oh, we going to be saying that one again. We going to be saying that one again. Yes.
It was little things. I was like, I see that. I know it's about to happen, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah. I was here for all of that. Yeah. I still think it's a 2-star movie, but it's weird because I would still recommend it. I'm like, go see it. Like, it's like, to me, I think there's things that they could have done with this movie that I think would take it over the top. Yeah. Like, I think they heavily lean into the family aspect, which I get because it's a kid's movie, but almost to a point, like, it's not even like Pixar does it gracefully. This one is like very heavy-handed, like teamwork, friendship. And at the end, when he says, like, when Sonic says to old boy, like, thanks, Dad, I was like, nah. I don't know. I don't even think the kids will appreciate this.
Nah. Like you said, it's a kid movie. Yeah. Like it's geared towards the kids.
Yeah.
So like, just be prepared for that.
Yeah.
So it's a little corny, a little cheesy, but it's for kids, so it's gonna be that.
Yeah, I think where I like, as a person who watches a lot of movies, and you do too, like when you watch the Pixar, the Legos, all that stuff, you can see the difference between them making a very sophisticated kids movie and them just making a straight up, like, this is popcorn, bring your kids, we're gonna make 100 of these. Yeah. We saw a Minions preview in this, so it's like they're not playing around, like they're gonna make 100 of them, so it doesn't really matter what like people like you and I think who like, I didn't bring my kids. Yeah, your child is too young to come to this, so it's like, what do we do? You know what I mean?
But like you say, Disney and whatever the other, Pixar and DreamWorks, they do a good job of, when it's a kid's movie, it's very kid movie, but the jokes are for adults.
Yes.
Sonic, there weren't really no jokes for adults. It was just all geared towards the kids.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah. And that's fine. Like, it's like, and I think it is what it is. And I think that's what takes it from a 2 to a 3. Or a 3 to a 4 in some cases, because we've seen animated movies that, for me, I'm like, this blew me away. Into the Spider-Verse blows you away. You know what I mean? Like, they're just, between the animation and the storyline itself, just blows you away. Yeah. So, good movie. Go see it. I give it 2 of 5 stars. What's your rating on it?
If we gave the last one 2.5, I give this one a 3, maybe 3.5, just because it didn't disappoint.
Okay.
Like, the first one, like I said, my expectations were a little high. Going in this one, I knew what to expect. And it didn't disappoint. I think it kind of overachieved, actually. I could have been cut down a couple, but other than that, I was, from start to finish, I was engaged.
Okay. You give it 3.5. I still give it a 2. So we'll bring it up to, we'll give it a 3. We'll give it a straight 3. A straight 3 across the board. Thanks for being on the show. Is there anything you want to plug?
No, I have no plugs. Streets are dry, baby.
All right, we're going to get you there. All right, and with that, Leaving the Theater is a production of ohitsBigRon Studios. Theme music by the mysterious Breakmaster Cylinder. To find out more about this show and other ohitsBigRon Studios shows, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ohitsBigRon. That's at ohitsBigron. If you like this show, I host another new show from HBO and Pineapple Street Studios called HBO Docs Club. Check that out wherever you listen. Yeah, Leaving the Theater. We'll be back soon. Thanks for listening.